teacher Aishwarya and I welcome you to today's class, which is going to be all about the chapter environment, where we are going to be doing the important NCERT questions, which means it's from the NCERT textbook. We are going to be taking the exercise questions and we're going to be solving all of them. We're going to understand how to write answers, because in social science, one of the most important part where we get stuck as students is, ma'am, I've studied everything. I know what is there in every chapter, but how do I write my answers? How many of you feel this way? In the live chat, you can give me a quick thumbs up letting me know, ma'am, I know everything, but I struggle with writing my answers. And if you are a student who struggles with writing answers, then I am here to help you out. And secondly, most importantly, I will also be having a Menti quiz today. Now understand the order of it. So first I will be doing NCERT questions. Right? So in about 15 minutes, we will quickly discuss all the NCERT questions and we will understand how to write the answer. And then we will move on to the Menti quiz after that. So I hope all of you here are with me on this. And very quickly, everybody, if my audio, my video and my screen and whatever I've been writing on the screen is visible to all of you, give me a quick thumbs up in the chat to let me know that we are good to go. Now, secondly, I can see that a lot of my students, my regular students are here on the live chat. But if you are a student who's watching this video much later, do not forget to hit the like button on this video and do not forget to hit the subscribe button as well. And today, see, we will make sure that we aim to do this class within 30 to 35 minutes, okay? I don't want to take it on for too long because see, the one shot of this particular chapter has already been dealt with and is available on the channel. So you can go and watch the video for detailed concept clarity. But today we will be doing it as a revision, right? So that is going to be the intent of our class today, yes? Okay, hello, Dipashri, Rajiv, Chanchal, Ankit, Himanshu, Anushka, Vanshika, a lot of students are here. Students struggling with lag. At any point, if you face any internet lag, I request you to close YouTube and open once again. It is going to be good, right? Now, what do you require for today's class? For today's class, I request you to have the following things. Please make sure you have your textbook open with you so that you can make a note of all the important pointers. Have a pencil and a notebook ready with you as well so that you can make a note of all of these things. Please have a bottle of water so that if you are thirsty, you can drink water in class. And last but not the least, I need you to also have enthusiasm in class, right? So have a lot of enthusiasm, have a lot of energy, just like how I bring energy to the class. And you know that when we are happy and energetic together, that is where we come. Secondly, I have a small request from all of my live students. For all the live students who are here, I request you to kindly refrain from saying things like, ma'am, you are ignoring me, you are not reading my chat, ma'am, this. Lot of things I know that you will tell me in class. This is a request for the live students that you avoid saying that. It's because I am not ignoring you. I don't want to stretch this class for 45-50 minutes just talking, right? We want to get to the Menti quiz really quick, which is why we will make sure that we make our class as crisp as possible. Are we all ready? Do you all agree with me on this? Nobody will later tell me, no, ma'am, you are ignoring, ma'am, this, ma'am, that, right? You shouldn't be telling me that. This is for my live kids especially, right? Lots of love to all of you. Now, of course, for students who are very new, right? BYJU'S 6th, 7th and 8th grade channel is the place for all of you where you have quality content. See, you ask your friends who've been here for a year, you ask your friends who've just come in 2-3 weeks ago also, they will tell you, right? BYJU'S 6th, 7th and 8th has got quality content. And of course, you know that here we don't only, we don't not only just keep thinking about how you are going to excel in your academics, because that's of course our primary focus, but we want you to become good children. We want you to be good citizens. So we help you with your personality development. We bring you a lot of engaging classes. So you have to hit the subscribe button. But if you tell me that, you know what, ma'am, I'll think about it whether I want to subscribe, it's okay. If you feel like subscribing, you subscribe. But I'm sure that 10 minutes into this class, you will want to hit the subscribe button. And Olympiad sessions also, we will be starting soon, Chanchal, probably after July, maybe we will be starting, right? What is the schedule for students asking me? This right here is the schedule. See, Monday Every Monday at 7 p.m. you know you have SST class, right? Similarly, tomorrow you will have science class, then you will have maths class, followed by which you will be having some generic classes with Ankita ma'am and me. That's not for just 7th grade, but that's across 6 to 8, right? So now this is your timetable for 7th standard students. Take a screenshot of this so that you know that what time you have which class, and this will not change, right? This will not change. 8th class is there at 8 p.m. you have science class with Kriti ma'am. So are we all ready? I hope all of you are ready. And Tabrez, if we could have the self view on the side so that I can see. Good, screenshot taken, very good. Now, of course, for students who want to access NCERT solutions, especially for social studies, if you look in the description of this video, you will be able to find a link, right, where BYJU'S provides NCERT solutions and you will get PDFs as well. So these PDFs are available. You will be able to download them. Link is available. But again, I'm giving you a quick screenshot to understand that we have it with you. We have it for you as well. Can we reduce the size of the thing? Yeah, on it. Thank you. So let's get started, everybody. Our aim is 15 minutes, which means by 7:40, okay, I said 20, I'm taking 5 minutes extra. By 7:40, we will be done with this particular session, right? I will share the PDF as well, not to worry. So question number 1 from NCERT exercise, right? 20 minutes is what our aim is. So first is answer the following, right? That means that you have to write the answer. The first question is, what is an ecosystem, right? And this kind of question can come for 1 mark. Now, of course, we know what is ecosystem, right? It is there. It is a very simple and easy definition. So if I have to give you a simple understanding, an ecosystem is where both biotic and abiotic components are present and they interact with each other, right? Your non-living and living components, they interact with each other. And of course, we see that they are all linked together by transfer of energy. So in your textbooks, in page number 4, right, there is a yellow box, right? So in that yellow box, put a star mark next to it because that is the definition of ecosystem. And when you have to think about ecosystem, it is formed by interaction of living organisms. Word interaction is important, otherwise you will lose marks, right? With each other and with all the abiotic factors or the chemical factors in which they live in, and they're all linked to each other. They're all interconnected. How? By transfer of energy, right? Interact is to communicate, right? So right now I am interacting, right? So that is what we mean by this. So what is an ecosystem? An ecosystem is a space where living organisms interact. That means they, for example, they may either, for example, if I'm touching my bottle, I am interacting with my bottle, right? So that is what you need to highlight. That is what we mean by interaction. So now, of course, everybody here, as you observe, this is the definition and this is how you will write. Now, focus on one thing. When you are writing an answer for 1 mark, right? Underlining keywords. How many of you do this? Underlining keywords is a very, very important step. So make sure you underline the important words or the keywords so that when you write the answer, it will be helpful, right? So here, what are all our keywords? Interaction of living organisms with physical and chemical factors, right? So that is what we understand as ecosystem. Very good for students who practice this. Students who don't do this, right now is the time for all of you to practice this thing, right? Yes. Let's move on to the next question, which is again a very easy peasy question, which is for 1 mark, right? Question is, what do you mean by natural environment, right? What do we understand by natural environment? Now, there will be poll questions, Anku, but later on, not right now. Yes, because these are subjective questions, which means you have to write the answer. Ma'am, can we say communicate? Radhika, don't say communicate because communicate is for you to understand, but please write interact, right? So that is what you need to do. So what is natural environment? We know that natural environment is basically the environment wherein humans have not made any modification, right? Humans have not made modification. Whatever is there in nature is the natural environment. You can write example, Mishika, definitely, right? So land, water, air, soil, all of these things are natural environment, right? Easy peasy, very good. Exactly. So when you're writing the answer, the basic components, right? So we see that the basic components and the organisms. Now, what is your keyword in this answer? which are naturally present in the environment, wherein humans have not involved, right? Humans have not really gotten involved or damaged anything. That is what we understand as the natural environment. And what are the examples you can give? Air, water, plants, animals, all of these things you can do, right? Is this my handwriting? Sadly, no, it's not. It's a font that is there, right? Okay, so for students who have just joined in later, we will have the Menti quiz in another 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes may we will finish off NCERT solutions and then we will do Menti quiz. Moving on to the next one. This was actually a homework question which I had given to you when I took the one shot for this particular chapter. And this particular question was, which are the major components of the environment? Now, some of you wrote the answer as, ma'am, lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere, while some of you wrote the answer as biotic and abiotic, while some of you wrote the answer as, ma'am, natural, human and human made, right? So some of you have written this. But to be honest, in the class, very quickly, I need all of you to tell me, right? How many of you were truly confused for this particular question? Be honest with me in class. How many of you felt that, ma'am, I got a little confused in this particular question? Yes? Be honest. It's okay. It is completely fine if you got confused, right? And if you didn't get confused also, it's okay. It's good that you didn't get confused. But in this case, they are asking about major components of the environment. They are not talking about the domains of the environment, right? If the word domain comes in, then you have to write this. Now, they are not asking about how broadly the natural environment is divided, but they are asking about components. And whenever components are asked, you should always write three things, right? Natural, human and human made. So these are the three examples which are there. So we know that natural environment is basically components or things which are present in nature like air, water and land. Yes. Human components include things like a community. You live in a neighborhood, you live in a community. So that is something in your environment which is made by humans, right? Or the concept of the fact that you need to be educated and you need to study. This is a concept which is made in the, or which is present in the environment because of us. We made it. And of course, politics, religion, many things like that are things which are made by humans. Then of course, you have human made components, which are the tangible or the physical things you can see that we made, right? For example, things like bridges and buildings. These are all things that we have made, right? So these are the components that you need to write. So when you're writing the answer, the components of the environment include natural components, human components and human made components. Are we all clear with this? With the example, if you write, you will get a total of 2 marks, right? 2-mark question. This can come for 4 marks also or 3 marks also, where you will have to write one sentence of each. Okay, very good. Let's quickly move on to the fourth question. Fourth question is, give 4 examples of human made environment. 4 examples for 2 marks. That means you will get half mark for each example. In the live chat, can you all give me the answer, or students who are saying much later also, right? Who are seeing the session later, you can write it down. Yes, Sakshi, we will be doing that. Bridges, buildings, monuments, roads. Very good. Pond, not so much, right? Artificial pond, maybe. But a real pond will not be made by humans. Table, chair, Religion, So now see, again, you have human environment and human made. Okay. Now always think about it. Human made is anything you can see with your eyes, right? Imagine if I make a bottle, I can see it. But human environment includes concepts like how we live in a community, right? That's a concept. Or how there is education. Education is not a piece of paper, right? Or education is not a bottle or a bridge, right? So those are concepts. So think of it that way. And most of you have got the answer for this one. So we know that 4 examples that you can write about. Washing machine, everything. Bridge, building, factory, parks. Yes, we will be doing that, right? So these are 4 examples you can write. And if you write 4 examples, please make sure When you're writing the answer, don't just write it in that manner, right? So write it down saying that 4 examples of human-made environment are buildings, parks, industries and bridges. You will get 2 marks if you write it in this manner. Mishika, we will be doing those questions also, don't worry, okay? Yes, Shinshan, I will be doing that as well. Hi Blackie, hello. How many questions in total? Jaldi jaldi karenge, koi nahi. It's very few only after this. 10 minutes mein ho jayega. Moving on to the next question, which is a very easy question, but a very important question, right? Okay. Ma'am, one question which I would like to take. Ma'am, are artificial lakes and ponds also natural? No, bacha. If it is artificial, we are saying it is artificial because we made it. But if there's a lake or a pond which is naturally existing, then it will be in natural, like in the natural environment. But if I am making a zoo, right, or if I am making a botanical garden, that is not already present, but rather that is something which is already there. So that is one thing you need to remember. Okay, very good, very good. Now next up is what is lithosphere, right? That means you will get it for 2 marks. So 2 marks pe you should not just write one sentence and leave it. You will have to elaborate. So what is the lithosphere? Lithosphere is basically the solid crust, right? Or I can say that it is the top layer, which is the top hard layer of the earth, right? And we know that this right here is made up of rocks, it is made up of minerals, it includes soil, right? And we know that this is not like a regular thing, but rather it is irregular in shape or in surface, right? Includes your mountains, it includes plains, it includes plateaus. So you will have to elaborate a little bit on this. So when you're writing the answer, what will you keep in mind, students? You will keep these things in mind. That the lithosphere is a solid crust or the top hard layer of the earth. Now what is it made up of? It is made up of rocks, it is made up of minerals and a layer of soil. And we know that it includes various landforms like mountains, plateaus and plains, right? So if you write all of these points, I will give you 2 marks. And how will you write it? Focus on how I have written the answer. Write it point wise, right? Make points and write it down. Please take a screenshot of this as well. Now, Abhirami, that is a layer that you find just below the lithosphere. Okay, that is a layer that you find just below the lithosphere. Yes, very good, very good. Okay, have you all taken a screenshot? Yes, Menti is there. Menti is there towards the end. Okay, it is there towards the end of the screen. Of the session. Ma'am, is it necessary to write in points? It is necessary so that your answer looks cleaner. For me as a teacher, if I am able to correct, writing in points makes it easy, more clean. Okay. Now, there's a question which I would like to take towards the end, which is the difference between artificial and natural. I will take it towards the end. Okay, moving on. 6th one. Which among the following are the 2 major components of biotic environment? Now, very quickly, everybody, this is for 2 marks. Or you can get it for 1 mark also. But I want you to tell me, what does the biotic environment include? Yes, biotic. Bios means life, right? That means we're talking about the living organisms which are there, right? And when we talk about what are the 2 major components, animals and plants, it's as simple as that, right? So major components of biotic environment are your plants and animals. So in one single word you can write saying that plants and animals are the 2 major components of the biotic environment. You will get 1 mark for this. Underline the keywords, okay? Once again I am stressing on this, please underline the keyword. Now moving on to the next question, which is again a question wherein you have a lot of chances of getting this in your exam. What is biosphere, right? They can ask this question. Chances are very, very high. Lithosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere related questions you will be able to get for sure. So what is this biosphere that is there? Tejas has told me, ma'am, it is a narrow zone. Okay, Anushka, it's fine if you don't know. Menti will start in another 5 more minutes. Yes? Very good. Kingdom of animals and plants, one way of saying. But basically we know that, yeah, that is one aspect or one point of it, right? But basically we know that the biosphere is a narrow zone of the earth where we know that land, water and air meet, right? They not only meet, but they interact with each other. And because of this, we know that it supports life, or it makes life possible. And we know that along with this, when you have your animals and you have your plants, things become possible, or life becomes possible, right? Very good, all of you. Very, very good. So when you write the answer, underline your key pointers. Are you all able to see the key pointers? Narrow zone of earth, where what meet? Your land, your water and your air interact with each other in order to support life, right? And please make sure that you write these points down. You will get 1 mark. Now if you have deeper conceptual doubts, I recommend that you go and you watch the one-shot video. I will tag the link of this video in the comments as well, so that it'll be easy for you to navigate. But this is very simple and easy. Yes? Very good, all of you. Very good. Very proud of all of you. I think Ankita, who was asking me, Mama, poll questions there. Poll questions are there. I was just waiting for these questions. So we will move on to the next set of questions where you need to tick the correct answer. So Tabriz, can we have polls which just says A, B and C? That's all. All right, everybody, we are going to move on to poll questions right now. So the first question, as our Tabriz sir sets it up, which is not a natural ecosystem? Is it desert, aquarium or forest? Now here I would like to explain the concept of how ecosystems that are there can be natural or they can be artificial, right? So everybody, the poll is live and it's available for all of you. You can quickly vote. Now a natural ecosystem is one which is already found in nature, okay? That means they were already present in the nature. There has been no human involvement, right? So no humans have been involved here. Humans have not touched it. But in the case of artificial ecosystem, we see that these have been modified, or we can say that they have been created by humans. They were not present in nature, but we created it. So artificial ponds, artificial lakes, all of these things have been created by humans. And in this case, many of you are saying option number B. Yes, very good. The correct answer here is option B, aquarium. It's not natural. We make an aquarium by ourselves, right? It's artificial. While on the other hand, desert and forests are naturally present. So let's just have 3 options, okay? A, B, C. There's no D. Yes, there is no option D. Tabresa put D by mistake, right? Ramya, let's not say things like that. Everybody is nice and sweet, right? Moving on to the next question, 1 mark. Which is not a component of the human environment. Not human made, human environment. Land, religion, community. I told you that a human environment that is there is a concept, right? Things that we have invented or we have come up with. But it is not something which is physically there. Now think about it and give me the answer. Not a component, right? Jaldi, jaldi, I can see almost 180 of you here are there on the live. And of course, jaldi, if you are all enjoying this particular class, please make sure that you do not forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. We should have at least 200 likes on this video. Very, very less likes, everybody. Okay, I can see most of you here have got the answer. Let's end the poll, please, right? Okay. Yes, okay, very good. I can see most of you have got the answer. The correct answer here is option A, which is land. Now let's move on to the next question. AG, nice one. If you have doubts, bacha, ask me right away. Don't worry. Ma'am, mine is wrong. Arey, it's okay. Don't worry, don't worry. Yes? Now let's move on to the last question, right? Which is the human-made environment, okay? Which among the following is a human-made environment? Easy peasy question. Is it mountain, sea or road? Now we know that in a human-made environment, we know that this right here is something that we make, right? That means it is physically present. I can see it. It's not like religion and education, which is a concept, right? Or something, you know, it's not like, okay, if I say anything more, I'll leak the answer, so I will not go ahead with the explanation. But I can see most of you here have got the answer. Very good, all of you. Very good. 88%. We can end the vote. End the vote, please. The poll, please. Yes, I remember all of you who are here. Don't worry. Correct. Mountain and sea that is there is natural, right? While road that is there is human-made. So 1 mark here for all of you. Now let's move on to the next one. Which is a threat to the environment, right? Which among the following is a threat to the human environment? AG Nice, which question did you not understand? Can you let me know? Yes? Okay, is it growing plant, growing population, growing crops? Which among the following could have a negative impact on the environment or damage the environment? Ma'am, this one I did not understand. See, basically we know that the environment that is there is made up of natural components, and we humans use these natural components for our benefit, right? But there are times when we can impact the environment, which is why in this case, as most of you have got the answer, correct answer here is growing population. What do we mean by threat? Threat means that what is a danger, right? What is a danger to the environment? What can harm the environment, right? That is what we mean by threat, okay? Yes, Anushka, somebody is asking me. Okay. Yes, ma'am, I can't understand biosphere. I shall explain this once again, right? Yes, okay. Now let's quickly move on to the match the following. Now see, students have a lot of doubts here. Now for students who have a lot of doubts, I have a question for all of you, right? Now I request all of you, and I want to ask you if all of you have watched the one-shot session. Yes or no? How many of you have watched the one-shot session and then you have come with these doubts? Yes? Okay. If you have not watched it, you tell me, right? Ma'am, yes. I have watched and still you have some doubts. See, for students who have not watched the one shot, I request all of you to please go and watch the one shot session first, and then I want you to tell me, maybe in the comments of this video, do you want to have like a doubt solving session, like a 20-minute live session where I just do doubt solving? How many of you want a separate doubt solving so that I can spend some time and solve your doubts? Let me know, say doubt solving in the comments of this video so that I can take a separate class altogether by just doing doubts, okay? Yes, a lot of you have, you want to have a doubt solving session, let me do that, okay? Yes, quickly moving on. We have biosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and environment, right? Yes. So we know that biosphere is the narrow zone wherein the land, water and air interact. Atmosphere that is there is the blanket of air which surrounds the earth, right? Hydrosphere that is there is all the water bodies together forms the hydrosphere, right? And we know that the environment is nothing but our surroundings. So basically biosphere is a point where your hydrosphere, your lithosphere and your atmosphere meet, making life possible. Now this you will get for 4 marks, so hope you've made a note of it. Now last 2 questions before I go ahead with Menti, right? Last 2, ठीक है? Yes. मैं बात सुनती हूँ, आप जल्दी बताओ मेरे लिए, right? Just tell me what your doubt is. Now these are give reasons. For somebody who was asking me this question, man modifies his environment. How and what are the consequences, right? So this was a question that was there which all of you had. Now we know that the main reason as to why man would modify his environment is to fulfill his basic needs. We modify our environment for our survival, for shelter, for food, all of these things, right? And for basic life support. So he builds houses to live in, he makes industries so that people can work, which is why he ends up modifying all the rocks and minerals which are available. Now the consequences of man modifying the environment is that it could be harmful for the ecology, right? Or it could be harmful for the environment because we end up not using them wisely, but we end up wasting the resource, or we will end up over exploiting it, right? So you will have to talk about this because the question is give reason. Why does man modify his environment and what is the impact? You will get this for 2 marks, okay? Now the last question before Menti, all of you, most awaited Menti that is there, right? Plants and animals depend on each other, right? 1 mark, or this can come for 2 marks. Give reason. How do plants and animals depend on each other? Now we know that plants and animals which are there. Now from nutrition in plants chapter, which is there in biology also, you will be able to learn, right? So we know that plants and animals are interdependent on each other because you know plants produce food, animals are the ones which eat food, right? One is autotrophs, one is heterotrophs, right? Now we know that plants release oxygen into the atmosphere, which is then inhaled by human beings. Human exhale carbon dioxide, which then helps the plants to produce its food. So this way, if you think about it, plants and animals are both dependent on each other, right? So they directly or indirectly help each other out, which is why they are dependent on each other. So you will have to write these points down to get 2 marks. And we know as per an ecosystem there is transfer of energy as well. So this is also a pointer that you will have to write. So have you all taken a screenshot? Yes? Have you all taken a screenshot and are we all ready, right? If you have a different answer also, koi nahi, it's okay, right? All right, so now I can see close to 170 students who are here. But of course, I want you to make sure that you don't forget to hit the like button on this video. We need to have at least 200 likes. And we'll move on to the last part for today's class, where we will have a very simple 10 question Menti, right? So we will do 10 questions only. 2 leaderboards are going to be there, and the Menti code is 2861453. Yes, 2861453. I request all of you to go to www.menti.com and then you go ahead and you type the code, right? Priya, you can write it in points. Now students, I might vanish for 2 minutes, but that's only because I am setting things up. Go join the code, help your friends out. The code will be there on the screen. I will be setting it up in the meanwhile. Yes? Okay. Is it paused? Can we get me back on screen? Yes, everybody, thank you so much for being so understanding. See, you do know that it takes a little bit of time to set up. So after joining Menti, you don't have to do anything. There are going to be 10 questions. Now, some of you are asking me, ma'am, should I join Menti? You can. And for those of you who are asking what is Menti, it's a live quizzing platform where you can play the quiz with each other, right? So they're going to be very simple questions, total of 10 questions, 30 seconds to answer. I can see that almost 130, 140 of you have joined. Okay, so jaldi we can join. Now in case if you don't want to join Menti, it's okay, you can give me the answer here. Yes, of course I remember all of you. Okay, ma'am, Menti kahan join karna hai? Vrada, go to Chrome, go to say put www.menti.com and then they will ask you for a code where on top you have the code 2861453. Okay? So very quickly everybody, we are going to get started with the quiz, and this is question number 1, right? We don't need this. The environment is the basic support system of our life. Is this statement true or false, right? The environment is the basic support system of our life. Is the statement true or false? Easy peasy question, everyone. I know you know the answer. Very good, all of you, very good, right? We know that the correct answer of this particular statement is true, because in the environment we have all the natural components. We have air, we have water, we have land, and we know we're dependent on it, right? So it is the basic support system. Super simple and easy. So shall we move on to question number 2? Before 8 o'clock we will finish this, don't worry, right? ठीक है. Moving on to question number 2. Yes. Answer fast to get more points. Which among the following is not a component of the environment? So we're talking about components of environment. Read the question. Option A is natural human air. Option B is natural human plants. Option C is natural human made. And option D is human made infrastructure. Read the options. Which among the following is, oh, there's a small issue with the question. It is which among the following is a component. Question is which among the following is a component. Students, there was a mistake in the question. Question was supposed to be which among the following is a component of the environment, right? Which is why natural human made was there. Yeah. Oh man. Menti ka glitches, right? It has started to happen. This is not cheating. Who's telling cheating? Arey ma'am, wo questions were made correct. It's not getting updated on Menti. What to do, right? I know. Ma'am, question is wrong. Yeah. We want bonus points. I don't know how to add them in Menti, but I will give you bonus points and love from my heart. Students, ma'am, change the question. Abhi ke liye to I can't change, no, but answer is correct. See, your answer is correct. I will give that to you. It's marked wrong. It was actually marked correctly, but then it's not getting updated on Menti. The thing is, your answer is correct. So I am proud of you for that. Leaderboard gone. Arey, don't say that. It'll come back, right? I'll give you some time. Your answer is correct because you marked infrastructure, because the rest of it are components. But technically, if you think about it, the question was supposed to be which among the following is it, right? Arey, cheating nahi. Guys, you all know we use a third-party platform, no? And this is a software which we use. And you know that sometimes with software, there can be technical issues. So everybody, I'm very sorry about that question. Very sorry. Abhi, don't be sad and angry with me telling, ma'am, we waited all along for Menti and then now all this is happening. I'm very sorry, bachas. But you all know, right? ये तो cheating नहीं है, ये तो हमने update किया था, but something happened, so I'm very sorry, right? But now, of course, for those of you who are going to spam, please don't. I'm sincerely apologizing to all of you, right? It's a software, we're depending and trying our best, right? Thank you so much, okay? And I'm very sorry for all of you. Okay, let's move on to question number 3. Let's pray to God that whatever changes I made are not going to, get affected. But yes, World Environment Day is celebrated when? 5th June, 10th September, 5th September, 30th of May. Yes. Easy peasy. When is World Environment Day celebrated? Very good, all of you. Very good. World Environment Day is celebrated on 5th of June, right? Yes, Asmita is like, ma'am, 5th June is, it's there in the textbook. It's a very important date to remember because they can ask you for fill in the blanks also, right? And 30th of May I put because 30th of May is my birthday, right? So I snuck in my birthday here as well. Okay, let's move on. Leaderboard after question number 5, right? So after question number 5, we're going to have leaderboard. Yes. Okay, so let's move on to question number 4. For those of you who have not written your names, take some time and write your names as well right now. So moving on to question number 4 on your screens right away. Dash is the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. Biosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, lithosphere. Easy peasy. Yes, my birthday is very close. In a few weeks. Yeah. Biosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere or lithosphere. Oh, that's amazing, Anushka. Please wish your mom from my end as well. Very good, very good. All of you have voted. Answer is easy. Very good. Lithosphere is the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth, right? Yes. Moving on to question number 5, right? Drishti, please go ahead. Okay. Moving on to question number 5, after which we will have the leaderboard. Yes. So let's have a look at what is question number 5. Rivers, lakes, oceans are all a part of dash, right? Is it hydrosphere, atmosphere, lithosphere or biosphere? River, lake, ocean. We're talking about water bodies, right? Water bodies, all of them are part of what? What will it be a part of? See, I have leaked everything. River, lake, water, bodies, domain of water. Now I have leaked much. I have leaked everything. There is nothing left to leak. Now I'm only hoping Menti is marked correctly. Very good, right? Yes. So in this case, we know that hydrosphere is the correct answer. Easy peasy. For those of you who got confused with biosphere, biosphere is a narrow zone which has land, water and air. But here I'm specifically talking about only water bodies, which is why in this case, correct answer is hydrosphere. So let's have a look at our first leaderboard for the day, right? Let's see what the first leaderboard looks like. So now, of course, at the moment, I can see Shreya is the fastest. Well done, Shreya. Then I can see that on top it's Swastika Mishra from class 8. Amazing. I have Tiku, then Arav, Harshavardhan Manga, then I have Rashika Singh, Vidit, Riddhi, Sarthak and Sunidhi on the top 10. Well done, all of you. Oh, Tiku is Akarsh. Okay, very good, Akarsh. Very good. Okay. Avni Bacha, what happened? Why are you feeling sad? We have 5 more questions. Nothing to feel very riled up about. Yes, Gunika and many others. I will tell Saurabh sir about this. Let's see what he says. Yes, okay. Now don't get distracted. 5 more questions. Fatafat, we will do rapid fire. Are we ready for rapid fire? Last 5 questions. Easy peasy ones. We shall go ahead and we shall mark it, okay? Yes, very good. Ma'am, those all got correct. See, basically Menti marks, right? See, the Menti questions that are there, they are, of course, what do you say? Marking it is one thing, but you also have to make sure that you are fast, right? Timing is also very important. Okay, moving on to the next set of questions, right? So let's quickly move on to question number 6. Yes. Next time I'll do one more quiz, don't worry. Ecosystem is a system formed by interaction of living organisms with each other and the physical and chemical factors of the environment. Is this statement true or false? Now we know that when I say there's an ecosystem, right? Ecosystem has 2 components which interact with each other and they are able to survive. Students, I hope you were misleading in the chat when you said false, right? Correct answer is true. This statement is true because we know that ecosystem is formed by interaction of living organisms with each other with physical and chemical factors. Okay, I will not leak. Somebody said, ma'am, please don't explain and leak, right? Shobna, 30th of May. Yes, moving on to question number 7. Yes, Sejal, I will not leak anything. Now I'm just going to give you this. Who interacts with the environment and modifies it according to their needs? Animal, human, sea, ocean. This could not be easier. I won't say anything. You are all complaining that ma'am is a Leakosaurus. Ma'am is not letting us be competitive. So now I will not say anything. And this is very important. This question, this topic is important. Ma'am is not leaking. Now everybody's like, ma'am is leaking, ma'am is leaking. Very good. Exactly. Humans interact with the environment and modify it according to their needs, right? And we know that at times it could be destructive. Question number 8, everybody, on your screens now. Yes? Shobna, I gave you the answer, bacha. Which among the following is a threat to the environment? Oh, very similar question. Growing population, plants, animals, microorganisms. Now, everybody has to give me the answer. Similar question. Two seconds exactly. I am assuming that I am not leaking. Now, see, now this time I didn't leak, right? Last time, okay, maybe. The ecosystem other question I leaked. 3-4 of you, I really hope that this was a misclick, right? I really hope that this was a misclick, but we know that growing population that is there is a danger to the environment, right? Yes, I know I said similar, no? Oh yeah, my bad. Question number 9. Okay, question number 9 on your screens now. Yes, we are legends. You are ultra legends. Life exists in the atmosphere. True or false? I will not say anything. This is second last actually, I think. Question number 9, no? Life exists in the atmosphere. I'm not saying anything. See, I'm mum. Otherwise they will say I'm Leucosaurus. They've named me. They've named a new species. Oh, kids. Life exists in the atmosphere. Everybody's thinking, ma'am, bird is in the atmosphere. Oh, atmosphere. Correct answer is this. Think about it. Where does life exist? Atmosphere is not just one part where birds will be there. No, atmosphere has so many layers. It is the part, right? A place where land, air and water meet, which is what? Is it atmosphere or is it biosphere? See, now don't justify telling ma'am some 1 or 2 microbes will be there and they'll be floating around. They can survive in extreme conditions. But we're talking about living organisms in broad, right? See, you guys thought about birds, but we know that there is one point where all of them meet, right? So correct, the statement is false, bacha. Life exists in the biosphere. Yes, atmosphere has many layers. One part of it which interacts. Shobna, oh, so she's asking everybody. Okay, last question. Now, before the last question, I request all of my students to quickly hit the like button on this video, right? I can see good number of students are here, right? So, which is why I need to make sure that we hit at least 170 likes. 20 more likes, fatafat you hit, and I will make sure that we finish the question, right? Yes, jaldi, do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe button on this video. If you enjoyed this particular class, don't forget to let me know in the comments of this video as well. Thank you so much for being such amazing students, right? You guys are amazing. You guys are brilliant. I have no words for you. You know, you're such well-behaved students also, right? Jaldi. Yes, very good. Subhashini has also told me, ma'am, there is no hydrosphere or lithosphere as well, right? Yes, of course. Very good. Okay, moving on to the last question for today. Let's see. Which among the following is an example of an abiotic factor? Rhizobium, soil, earthworm, maggots. Easy peasy. Which is an example of an abiotic factor? Very good, all of you, very good. Now we know that in the natural environment we have biotic factor and abiotic factor. Biotic means living. Which is living? What all is living, right? Rhizobium is bacteria, it is living. Earthworm is a living organism. Maggots which are there are actually living organisms. But soil is non-living. We find all of this in soil. But soil in itself is non-living, right? Which is why it is an example of an abiotic factor. Land, exactly, right? So very good, everybody. With this, of course, you know that we have biotic and abiotic factors. And we move on to the last leaderboard for today. Yes? Okay, so let's see who has made it to the top. And now, of course, I can see that Arav has made it to the top with 9,730 points. Then I can see Rashika. Then I can see Riddhi, Sarthak, somebody who's from 7th grade whose name I'm not able to see, along with Mishra, class 8. Then I can see Shakti, Teka, I think that is Aradhya. Then I have Vikhayat, Rongali, BYJU'S student, and Dhanya. So well done, all of you, well done. Naganayak, what happened? Why are you hating this, right? Don't hate Menti. Menti has technical issues, but don't hate Menti, right? Yes, Akarsh is Tiku. Yes, all right. But don't have hate, have only love, right? Only love. And let me tell you all one thing, irrespective of whatever your marks are or whatever your score is, this is just the beginning of the year. By the end of the year, trust me, you will be pros at all of these chapters. You will be getting, 50 on 50, 100 on 100 in social science, right? You only need to keep practicing regularly. And if you have to practice regularly, you have to hit the subscribe button because BYJU'S 6 to 8 has always got you covered. So don't forget to hit the like button on this video. Most importantly, hit the subscribe button because we have a lot of interesting classes coming your way. And if you need to learn, you need to subscribe. And last but not the least, if you enjoyed this class, let me know in the comments of this video and don't forget to share it with your friends. I had a lot of fun in today's class, students. I will see you all soon. But up until then, take care, lots of love and bye-bye.